The web resource that I chose is called Powtoon. This is a digital media resource that allows you to create movie-style videos to either use in your classroom or to even give as a resource for your students to use to create projects and assignments for you as their teacher. So when I go into Powtoon, I logged in and this account was totally free. So that was really cool to see that I could do a lot on this website without having to pay for the premium membership. So when you log in, you see that there's different categories of projects that you can create. There's student projects, which is what I would probably have my students do if I were asking them to do something like a book report or maybe a review on a certain math strategy or even just a presentation for the class. They could make it like a movie style using the student projects section. Over here, there's a teachers and faculty section that is really made for us as teachers or faculty. So this would be an exciting way for me to introduce a new lesson to my class, maybe to explain an assignment and show them the rubric in a very cool and interactive way. This would even be good for principals to use when we were going through a faculty meeting. It would definitely be more engaging than a typical PowerPoint that we're used to. Down here, there's a category called administrative staff that is used in the business world. So this has lots of opportunities for people to make videos that show different spreadsheets and pie charts. It's also good for administration at a school to use if they're sending out information to parents, maybe about upcoming policies for the new school year. Down here, there's a training section that different programs, maybe like a math program or a science or reading program, could use to create a template to train us as teachers how to use their program and software. And lastly, there's an announcements category, which I think is really cool. This is something that allows you to make quick little movie snippets to send out to your families or your children as announcements about something that's upcoming in your classroom. I could see myself using this next year before things like picture day or field day, just to make a quick little movie that's maybe 20 seconds long that tells my parents what's coming up and what they need for that event. There's also things that they recommend, which is new templates and things that you can use for COVID-19 response. So a lot of people have been making commercials and things to help others. And there's a lot of templates in here that are actually geared towards that. There's also the most popular templates that customers like. Over here is where my Powtoon will show up, and mine's currently uploading, so it's not in there yet. But once it's done, all of the Powtoons that you create actually show up over here on the side, and you can scroll through them to select them. So to get started using Powtoon, what I did was I clicked on templates over here on the left, and because I wanted to make an educational template, I decided to scroll through teachers and faculty. This is the audience that's creating the Powtoon. That's what these categories are. So if I were a student, I would want to click on student projects because I am creating them for my peers. But since I'm a teacher, I went into teachers and faculty, and I scrolled through the many options that I have as far as templates go. The one that really stuck out to me was one about class rules. So I chose school rules. Now, when you choose this, it gives you their example of this template. So it plays this for you. Gives you their examples of how they would use it. And let's say I liked it, like I did. I click Edit this template. So my edited template is coming over here, and it loads all the presetted words and the presetted graphics in there. So I don't really have to add anything else to this Powtoon. I only need to edit what is in there. So if I go over here, I can see all the slides, similar to how a PowerPoint shows slides. And when I click on one, it brings it up in the full screen up front. Now, I'm able to click on any graphic and hit the word swap to swap it out for something better. So I wanted to find a character that looked most like myself, so I chose this lady. I also went in for my Powtoon and I changed the wording here to say welcome to Mrs. Carter's class. You can see you can change how big the wording is or how small. You can select the font that you like best. You also can choose different colors, different styles, and you can change the orientation if you want it to be centered or focused on the left. One of my favorite parts about Powtoon is similar to the effects that used to be offered in PowerPoint that change how the slide enters the scene. So you can choose from writing, they can appear word by word, the words can bounce in, they can slide right or left. There's also some fun features like adding hands or adding a sound. So you can actually have a female hand drag the slide down and then introduce it, which I thought was really cool. So I would go through here and I edited all of my different slides. And I found myself using this swap button a lot because this allowed me to change my background, as you can see. You could pick different images. I changed this one to a more abstract background, which I thought looked better. And I also, as I went through the slides and edited them, I also used this setting tool, which allowed me to change how blurry the slide was, the color of it, if I wanted to flip the orientation, and things like that. So I went through and I continued to edit. Another fun thing I did was each graphic that you have here, you can swap for a new graphic. So if I didn't like that X, I could go in here and there's a lot of free things, pictures that I can add in instead of what they already have. But I will be honest, as a reviewer of Powtoon, I found myself using a lot of what they already preloaded for me because I thought it looked great. It was very easy and understandable for my audience, which would be third graders. And it was very, very quick as far as the process of making a Powtoon. So once I came through and edited all my slides, all I did was hit preview, and it actually generates your previewed movie for exactly how you like it. Once you're done, you click export and you get to choose which method you would like to export your movie to. So I chose to export my movie to my YouTube account just because it was a little bit longer and I wanted to make sure that it would all fit when I went to upload it. But there's tons of different outlets that you can upload a Powtoon to. So I hope that helps you learn how to use Powtoon. I really, really enjoyed it, and I really also liked the fact that this was a free resource that was quick and simple to use. I could see myself making Powtoons for everyday things in my classroom. We know that kids take a lot to get excited about something and to be engaged, and this is an easy way to engage students instead of using just a PowerPoint. Thanks.